This video is brought to you by Digital Greyhound Racing, a new NFT game by BetNFT. The game is launching soon. For more information, go to betnft.run.
G'day punters, welcome to another edition of Greyhound Gold. My name's Brett Honey, good to be with you, and back in the chair this week is the one and only James Broadhurst. How are you, mate?
Oh, good, Brett. Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, getting the call up for David Short. Don't worry though, punters. It's only 1 week.
And he's only been in some of the best form of his life
Well,
recently
there you
as
go.
well, mate.
That's right.
No pressure.
Right. We're able to put a stop to all of that nonsense, mate, and get back to this bit of normality.
This backing winners rubbish that they talk about. Absolutely. Before we go into the business of finding winners, it's a big weekend, of course, with 4 heats there of the Mandurah Cup Friday night. We'll go back to the run of the week. It was the WA Breed Championship the last Saturday night at Kingston, and Granite Song was able to salute there. The race begins with Firecloud beginning really well there from box 5. Spears out to lead. Granite Song gets a bit of room on the inside. Scoutabouts there. Capito and Jimmy's Decision throughout the middle stage of the race, they start to make their runs. As they get towards 600 boxes, you really start to see Granite Song make some inroads into that lead of Firecloud. He goes around to the outside. You see Jimmy's Decision starting to wind up, and back as the Granite Song would have been quite comfortable in the turn. Jimmy's Decision flashes late, didn't quite get there. It was Granite Song all the way. A really good win this. Jimmy's Decision there for a close second. Third was Firecloud. The overall splits 5:49, 18:44, 11:46 a run home for 29.90. Granite Song. This dog's always been one that's been a heart and soul kind of chaser. Hasn't always run the time, but in the last month, JB, he's really put it all together. He's run some sizzling times, and now he's got a feature race on his CV.
Yeah, absolutely. Always looked to be a handy chaser, but as you mentioned, over the last month or so, has really hit this career best form and looks a good chance, even though he's got an awkward draw for that Mandurah Cup heat. Given
and he did have that little sighter a couple of weeks ago. He went down there for a look around, and he posted 27.37 to go on with things.
Really
so
nice time.
Yeah, he's certainly in there with a chance
as
well.
Good story actually with Granite Song as well, bringing John Carmody back into the game. He left Greyhound Racing for a couple of years, but the Granite Song's got him back into racing and winning races, so congrats to John and Di for their efforts there with Granite Song.
Absolutely, congratulations to all involved there with Granite Song. Let's turn our attention to Friday night at Mandurah. It's Mandurah Cup Heat Night. It's one of those races on the calendar. If you're an owner or a trainer, you want to win. Yeah, right up there with the Perth Cup and the Galaxy. I'm going to avoid those at this early stage of the week. They looked really hard to find a winner there. My best bet comes up, race 10, number 1, Bromine. Now, 2 things can happen here. If he gets on the arm, he'll run really good time. He steward strolled there last week in 22.58. That's obviously a very quick time. He can show early speed. He's not the most consistent early, but being away from the track and his paper form in recent times hasn't been great, you might get an okay price there. So I was quite keen to have a bet there. Race 10, number 1, Bromine. Hopefully he gets the start right. He leads, and from there he'll be very hard to beat. For a bit of value after last night, the price might have gone here, but race 9, number 1, Arbitrary Arrow. Now a last start winner, won on that Tuesday program down there at Mandurah. Just started to look like he's beginning to improve again. He showed some really good signs a couple months ago, maybe gone off the boil, but the last 2 runs have been quite good in my opinion. We've got a wide runner here in 2, not a lot of pace here in the middle. Just think Arbitrary Arrow has a chance here to get the rail, present forward, and then run around that 22.8, and that'll be hard to beat here. So I'm not sure if anything can get a clear arm and run a bit of time here. So race 9, number 1, Arbitrary Arrow to go. Race 10, number 1, Bromine. Couple of cherry bombers. How about yourself there Friday night at Mandurah?
Well, Brett, for my best bet, I'm heading towards the other end of the traps there. Box 8, race 8. This is a heat of the Mandurah Cup. We're going for amplified here, though. I reckon this greyhound is the standout dog of the series and should be winning here. Will brilliant record over the track and distance. This wide draw is not going to trouble her at all. I think she will roll into this final as a winner. So race 8, number 8, Amplified for me as my best bet, and for my value play heading towards race 4, number 3, Sozens Azuri. And we haven't seen this greyhound for about a month or so. Brett's had a bit of a freshen up, but prior to that break had been performing pretty handily without winning.
And amongst some good company as well.
And amongst good company, exactly right. Well, just that last 20 or 30 metres or so, which had been the problem there, just getting rolled in the final stages there. Look, every chance to lead this one, assuming he's 100%, and that break he hasn't lost focus. Assuming he's come in with focus after this break, every chance to lead this one. And I guess then the question is whether he can hold on there. But I do like him as an each-way prospect here. So race 4, number 3, Sozens Azuri at Mandurah on Friday night. What about Headquarters at Cannington on Saturday there, Brett?
Yeah, obviously got 2 heats of distance potential, which always throws up a nice stayer in the making. I'm going to do my best work again late in the program. Hope no one's got any morning plans with my tips for this weekend. But race 9,
waiting up for.
Absolutely, I'll try my best anyway. Race 9, number 8, Big Energy. Look, this dog was scratched last Saturday, but clearly nominated again for this Saturday, so there can't be too much wrong there.
Dramas,
This dog's run time before. It's got a really slick PB. Just watched his replays, and when he hasn't led, he's looked more comfortable going around dogs. So I really like box 8 here. So if the likes of It's a Dime, who was a good winner last week, gets on the arm, Big Energy going to be on the outside. He's got that really good run home. He's a young chaser, but he's very promising. I think he could be a talent going forward. That's race 9. Yeah, absolutely. Race 9, number 8, Big Energy. For a value bet, going to race 8, number 1, Wise Donny. This is one of the 380-metre races on the card. Look, Quick Tin in box 2 is quite a zippy chaser, really, but does like to get up the track. Wise Donny's been handling himself pretty well, and I like him from inside draws. He's not one that runs a lot of time, but he just might be the greyhound here that gets the right run. If Quick Tin doesn't get the start right, he might even be able to go close to leading. If Quick Tin gets out on the arm, it's going to be hard to beat, but from box 1 he should be able to run a nice placing, I think. And it looked quite awkward for some of the other runners in the race. It's not one that I thought would be able to cross on the outside or anything like that. So he's not the best dog in the race, but he's got one of the better maps. Race 8, number 1, Wise Donny. Hopefully something each way there. We'll wait to see the prices. Race 9, number 8, Big Energy being the best bet. How about yourself there Saturday night?
Yeah, look, heading for my best bet towards race 6, the dog jumping out of box 8, Columbus Manelli. This is the heat of that distance potential there. What a roller coaster ride we've had with this greyhound already. Only had the 9 starts, but every one of them has been full of drama and like action and whatever. Win, lose or draw, this greyhound's always exciting to watch. Look, of course, stepped up to that 600 last week and won in very comfortable fashion.
Passed with flying colours, that's
more
for sure.
than suited, I think, to the longer journeys. I think he'll be progressing through the grades over the 600, maybe even get up to the 700 later on. See how we go. But another win for him, I'm suggesting there at Carrington on Saturday night in race 6. And for my value play, heading towards race 11, number 4, Valachi, not with a full confidence here, and we're seeing Valachi go around in a 275 metre race.
I like your confidence here. Not often we get 275 metre racing on a Saturday night guard, and you're finding us a wager.
I'm all in. Well, I'm not. Well, as I say, I'm not super confident on it, and we're seeing Valachi in a 275, and you might be thinking to yourself, what's going on here?
But he's one of those on-pace runners, and if he gets somewhere near the lead,
that's right.
He's not going to be for catching.
Hasn't been jumping of late, hoping he can regain that. But remember as well, the first race he had when he came back from that really lengthy break was over the 275.
And he broke 16.
Yeah, that's right.
Flying.
So really nice run that was. Hoping that he can, now that he's going back that distance, he can regain a bit of that performance. Look, probably backing him on class rather than form from what we've seen from him over the past month or so. But look, should be getting on the podium here, surely.
And we've seen dogs in recent times head back to that 302 or the 275 at Cannington, 302 at Mandurah.
Changes them
and
up a bit.
they're quite competitive again. Like, they're dogs that can still run times over those shorter trips. But obviously, there's maybe more prize money over distances, and they can get those distances. They do their racing there, but they're obviously dynamic early, and that's what you need in those short course races.
Absolutely. Well, that's what we're hoping for Saturday night. Race 11, number 4, dynamicness from Valachi. Here we go. All right, Brett, is that it?
We're done. Huge weekend. If you're in the Peel region on Friday, head down to the track. It's one of those, and heat nights are always great because you got, sometimes with the finals, you get, the finals a really good race, and the cards, you average stuff, but, 4 really good heats there, and, get down to the Peel. If you can't get there, Saturday night, Cannington, get to the Box 1 restaurant. I was here last Saturday, had a really good chicken palmy. It's always good. I love the palmy here. It's always Group 1 quality, but if they can't do that, JB, make sure you tune in at this time next week for another edition of Greyhound Gold.